Hello. What do you do when you find it's hard to go to sleep? I put on my iPad at very low volume and let it burble Radio 4 to me, to lull me back to slumber. I particularly recommend the House of Lords. 10 minutes of them droning on, you're dead to the world. So I put my iPad on about midnight last week, and what I heard didn't send me to sleep, but actually woke me up. A couple of academics, Paul Collier and John Kay, have come out with a book called Greed is Dead, a contrast to the memorable phrase in the film Wall Street, greed is good. This latter sentiment found its political summit in the 1980s, when those philosophical twins, Reagan and Thatcher, ruled either side of the Atlantic. I don't know what shaped Reagan's thinking, but our Margaret was deeply influenced by the Scottish political philosopher Adam Smith, who held that individual competition was the best way to promote the common good. The people of my age have found it so. My cousin and his wife are wont to say that we are the golden generation. No one in Britain has ever been as rich as us, and no one in the future in Britain ever will be again. We add this latter prophecy because those of us of my age are able to look back on more threadbare times, whereas our youngsters, not being able to put our present wealth in context, can easily imagine that the good times will keep rolling on forever. Individual effort and enterprise has got us where we are, and so we conclude it will always continue. Or will it? To live healthily and well, we need to live corporately as well as individually. The Bible talks as easily of nations, tribes and cities as it does of individual people. In the Bible, corporate man is taken as seriously as individual man. Look at Acts chapter 5. There we find a couple called Ananias and Sapphira, and God's judgment is poured out on them rather severely because their individual actions threatened the corporate life of the church. This is now very alien to our way of thinking. The key word of the Thatcher years was privatisation. Privatisation. Strictly speaking, it referred to the denationalisation of the nationalised industries. But it rang bells at a deeper level, because this was the era when we privatised ourselves. We retreated from pubs, and pubs, as you know, are now closing at an alarming rate, into our own little double-glazed, television-centred world. And central heating means we now retreat into our own bedroom, watching our own chosen channel. Television, as a uniting force on the nation, has reached its end. Privatised living and thinking comes naturally to us, the more so the younger we are. So when the government tells us who we can mix with and where and how, we take this as an unwarranted intrusion into our freedoms. And so we either openly defy or quietly ignore our rulers. Perhaps the greatest thing the virus is going to do for us is to teach us the truth of the lines written by a one-time Dean of St. Paul's, John Donne. No man is an island entire of itself, Donne concludes. Send not to know for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. We belong together, are accountable to each other, and must learn to live together, constructively and lovingly. If we don't, the bell could toll for the whole lot of us. Bye.